Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Rupa from BlackSwan Business Set of Services. And today, again, we are here to know about something new, which is Cyprus, a new business destination. I'm sure all of you have heard about Cyprus as a tourist destination, as an event destination, as a even business destination. But I don't know if you know more details about it or if you want to know more about it. In the recent times, a lot of businesses are moving to Cyprus and choosing Cyprus as their branch or subsidiary. Let's know why it is that. Definitely when any country is growing like that, it definitely excites me. And I always want to know what's happening there, why people are going there, what is it offering to people. So I think this is what every entrepreneur who wants to expand wants to know this. So we have a special guest today, and he's George. He's a great friend, and he's an expert of his industry. And today, George is going to give us a lot of information about Cyprus, and I'm sure he's going to empower us with knowledge, and he's going to motivate us with unknown facts that we don't know about Cyprus. So we are looking forward to today to this interesting show on new business destination, which is Cyprus. So George, first welcome to the show, and we a lot of our guests are watching in LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, all together, and they all have come here today to know about this business destination. So I would like you to start with if you can give a little bit introduction about yourself and a little bit about your firm, your company, that what you do, and what are you going to tell us today about Cyprus. Over to you.
Hello, Rupa.
Yes. Hi.
Thank you for inviting me to this meeting. My name is George Theoharous. I'm a lawyer and solicitor in Cyprus. I have my own legal firm in Cyprus, which was established in 2019. My firm deals with all matters, legal matters in Cyprus, which includes corporate matters, civil matters, and any other matter, immigration matters, and that deals in Cyprus, that we can deal in Cyprus. I'm an English university graduate. I have my LLB law from the University of Bedfordshire in London, in England. I'm 35 years old, and I want to introduce you to Cyprus. Cyprus is my country. It's a very large business destination the last few years due to its location, its low taxes, corporate taxes, I mean, and it's generally a very beautiful place because of its weather and the people here.
Wonderful. So great to know about you, George. And, I think you're a very experienced person and so well educated. And the type of questions that we have today, I think you're the right person to answer that. So, my first foremost question is what is your experience as a business owner in Cyprus? What do you like about Cyprus? What motivates you to continue doing business?
I like Cyprus as a business owner for the last 5 years. I love the way that Cyprus deals with companies. It's very straightforward to register a company, to use a company in Cyprus. The tax authorities are very helpful. We have a lot of, because Cyprus is a service provider country, we have a lot of service providers like accountants, lawyers, and whatnot. So it's a very easy country to do business in.
Okay, That's great. So, as you said, that Cyprus is more of a service provider company. So what do you think that which is the most booming business or in Cyprus, or what for what Cyprus is very famous for? Like for example, Dubai. Definitely, there are so many kind of activities. However, it is called a global trading hub, and because of the ports over here, because of the location, how Dubai is placed in the world map. So it is acting as a international trading hub for different kind of products. So what is speciality of Cyprus? What kinds of business are growing in Cyprus, or what kind of business owners should come and set up their companies in Cyprus?
Any kind of business is welcome in Cyprus, basically. But from my experience, a lot of software companies have been establishing a base in Cyprus, which can people that can work remotely, like from any part of the world. If I'm not mistaken, the company Warhammer, which is a large software company, is based in Cyprus. There's a lot of software companies in Cyprus. But any type of business, even shipping, can be shipping companies can have a base in Cyprus because we have a port as well, and it's as Cyprus is part of the European Union. There's no tax fees and whatnot between EU members. So I believe either software companies or shipping companies are the most profitable in Cyprus at the moment.
Okay, okay, that's a good news. And how easy it is for expats to come and set up their company in Cyprus? Is it very difficult? How long the process is? What is the cost? And the most important question: what are the taxes for expats?
Okay. It's very easy to set up a company. As I said before, it's very easy to set up a company in Cyprus. It depends on how fast you want the company to register the company, because the company register there is an extra fee if you want it faster.
Uh-huh.
The time frame to open a company, is about 2 weeks if you do it with expedients, or
Okay.
about a month if you leave it with a normal way. There's not a big difference in the expedient process. There was about a 200 euro difference. So most business owners that want to establish a company in Cyprus go with the expedient way of registering the company. The process is very simple, which I will explain now. The first thing that we do is apply for a name for the company,
Mm-hmm.
which the company register checks with all its records and with records held abroad. Like if a company abroad has the same name with the name that we apply, they might deny you that name if you don't have the necessary documents to provide that you are the owner in the other country as well for that name of the
Understood.
company.
Right.
That process takes about 2 or 3 days to be completed. After the
Mm-hmm.
approval of the name, we prepare all the articles of association and the memorandum of the company.
Right.
And within 2 weeks after the preparation and application of the documents, the company is
Right.
ready and the certificates are ready.
Okay. So that means if I summarize, we have two options. Either we go for the fast track option in 2 weeks, or we go for a normal procedure, which will take at least a month. And the difference is not much. It's just 200 euros. And
Yes.
and then the process, like same in Dubai also we do the same. Like we do take the trade name approval and then the memorandum, and then we get the license, right?
Exactly, yes. That's exactly
Okay,
what's
so now
happening.
here my one question is, like for example, in Dubai to get the license, we also need a commercial address. So is in Cyprus also is it the same? Do you need a commercial address, and can it be virtual, or do you need to have an office or something like that?
Let me tell you, it's the same in Cyprus. You need a registered address in Cyprus. So
Okay.
any address in Cyprus will be okay. Even like for me, I reached a lot of my clients' companies that are foreign people. I registered them as my office, the registered office as my office address. So there's no need for a special office area, but you need an address in Cyprus to establish a company in Cyprus. The second thing that you need is, and usually it's better to use a Cyprus citizen or EU citizen living in Cyprus to establish as the director of the company. Because you need someone to be able to contact the tax authorities, to be able to open the bank account in Cyprus and whatnot. So you mostly need a Cyprus
director.
Director, yes.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, and you guys provide that service, right, to get the director?
We provide the nominee services for registered office, registered secretary, director, as well as shareholder. If someone wants to not register as a shareholder, we can provide that service, and we sign a trust agreement between the client and me, for example. And we are the nominee, director, shareholder, and secretary of the company.
Okay, got it. That's good to know. So you're giving 360 support, so we don't have to do anything else. You help us in completing the entire process.
Exactly.
So now after once the license is done, now obviously the second stage is either the visa or the bank account. So let's say first talk about the bank account. So after the license, we can immediately start the procedures for the bank account, right?
After the license, yes, you have to. It's suggested that it's better to go through an accountant, which I can provide. I have a lot of colleagues that I collaborate with, accountants, so they can register you in the tax office and the VAT office. So you'll be able to open a bank account. Without the tax office and the VAT office, you will not be able to open a bank account. But it's very fast. It's a very fast process.
How long it takes to get the bank account?
It depends. It depends on the nationality of the shareholder. So, for example, if a shareholder is from Russia, which has some problems now, some barcodes and whatnot, it might take longer. But for a EU citizen, let's say, you can open a bank account within 2 or 3 days.
Okay, got it. Point. That's like here as well. It's normal. So in 2-3 days we can get a bank account. And does the owner has to travel to get the signings, or can it happen virtually?
If the director, as I told you before, if the director is a Cyprus citizen, the owner doesn't need to be in Cyprus to open the bank account for the company and send all the information to the owner, to the shareholder.
Okay, good. That's good to know. Can you name some of the banks which are quite famous for doing these bank accounts for expat business owners?
The most famous bank in Cyprus, which is the easiest in my experience. I deal with all banks, of course. I deal with all banks, but in my experience, Bank of Cyprus is the easiest to deal with these kind of situations. Other banks in Cyprus, which are large banks and deal with these kind of situations, are Hellenic Bank, Alpha Bank, Astro Bank. There's a lot of banks, but the best one, in my opinion, is Bank of Cyprus.
Okay, great. Yeah, we have. I think this is the most heard. Also, like even you all have heard about this bank. So George, for if this whole process, what I'm seeing, like within a month of time, the company incorporation bank account can be done in 1.5 months. So now, what about the? Does these companies also allow people to get a residence visa in Cyprus? When I say residence visa, I'm not talking about a permanent residence visa. I'm just talking about a a business residence visa. It might be short duration. So is it possible, or it's not connected to that?
There is for companies that are owned by foreign shareholders, there is a regime in Cyprus that you're allowed to bring the director, foreign director, to stay in Cyprus with an expedient process to gain residency as a high valued member of the company. But that needs to, there's special applications that need to be made to the migration service in Nicosia to do this kind of application. I deal with these kind of applications on a very often schedule, basically. So I see them a lot.
Okay. Okay. What about if somebody is like genuinely planning for, like one is just to have a bank account over there, to have a small setup over there, and another is if somebody is planning to have a genuine setup over there, like somebody's planning to open a restaurant there, yacht rental company there, or any other kind of company which is going to deal with the local,
Mhm.
residents. So in those kind of businesses also, do you help? And in those kind of businesses, do they get visas?
Of course, yes. For example, I recently registered a company for a customer of mine, a client of mine from Ireland that wanted to open an Irish pub and restaurant in Bsbss in Cyprus,
Okay.
in my city. So it's very easy to open that kind of operation in Cyprus. Not hard at all. We can deal with everything. The license is needed by the municipality. The license is needed from the company registry, the tax office, the VAT office, and everything.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. So okay. So those kind of businesses also people can form and can contact you for that.
Mhm.
So that's wonderful, George. So now the $1 million question. So what is the VAT and tax rate there for
The
expat owners?
VAT, yes, the VAT for companies in Cyprus is 19%. 19%
Okay,
on
19.
everything. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
For the company tax, what do you call it?
Corporate
The
tax.
company tax is about corporate tax is 10%, 10% on earnings.
Okay.
Expats don't pay a certain amount of. We have a special tax called defense tax in Cyprus. They don't pay it, as well as national health insurance tax. They don't pay that as well.
Okay. So they are only liable for VAT 19% and the corporate tax
Yes,
10%.
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And
The apologies. One thing I wanted to add is that Cyprus has double treaties, I think it's called, with a lot of countries, and we have
mhm.
a very low exchange tax for over 60 or 70 countries, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Out of Europe, I mean, out of Europe for trading.
O- Okay. So that means if those companies are already paying tax in Cyprus, then they don't have to pay tax in their own country for that amount, right?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Okay. So does that include Asian countries, Middle East countries, and African countries?
That does include some Asian countries, if I'm not mistaken. And
Okay.
African, and yes, yes, of course.
Okay, okay. So now that you get so many clients coming to you for setups, apart from European clients, which are the other
Mhm.
countries from where you see a lot of volume coming to Cyprus?
Uh, we used to, before the matter with Russia and Ukraine, we used to get a lot of Russians in Cyprus, Russian citizens that wanted to establish businesses in Cyprus. We still get Russian citizens, but not that much. We have a lot of Ukrainian people opening companies in Cyprus, UK, England, India. We have a lot of clients from India. Generally, there's a lot of countries that are interested in Cyprus around the world because as a European country, it's easy to trade with EU as well.
Okay. So are there any activities, like obviously when they come to you for setups, they have to disclose what activity are they planning to set up. So is the incorporation format the same for all kind of companies, or are there any external approvals or requirements for certain activities? Do you remember any one or two? Can you just mention one or two activities which are like high risk activities or something like that?
High risk of it's the same. It's the same process for every company except legal companies, architect companies, medical companies, which need approvals. But any other company, there's no problem at all. It's the same process.
Okay, and are there any activities which is specially available in Cyprus and not available in many other countries, or specially legal in Cyprus and not legal in many other countries?
Some companies that are special in Cyprus. It's a bit difficult to establish something like that. Like uh, because we have a lot of sun. It's always sunny in Cyprus. There's a lot of solar panel companies that are started recently to provide solar power to other countries, if I'm not mistaken. Recently, I've registered about 5 companies in the last 2 months regarding solar panel power. And there's a very large company which is based in Cyprus for solar power, which, if I'm not mistaken, is called JCB.
Okay. That's this is such an important information because I think recently when we have been receiving after this all so much of promotion and highlighting sustainable energy businesses,
Mhm.
a lot of inquiries are coming for solar panel. And yes, you are right. In many other countries, it's not regulated, and it is not easy to form these companies. So that's a very good information. So people can set up there and they can outsource to other countries or build
Of
it to
course,
other
yes.
countries from there.
Of course, of course, of
That's
course.
that's awesome. So, George, as you said, that Cyprus is a service industry, also like a lot of service companies are there. Do you? Is it also as a a lot of companies do they outsource services to Cyprus? Like one is setting up company, and another is is there a lot of outsourcing that happens in Cyprus?
Outsourcing. For example, the first example that I gave you for software companies,
Hmm.
from what I know, there's a lot of companies abroad that establish branches in Cyprus and outsource to Cyprus the software issues for what do you call it, storage and everything, the software engineering and whatnot. They outsource it to Cyprus companies to provide those services to them. It's one example that I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, because you said that the talent. It's very easy to get good talent over there. There are many
Hmm.
educated people over there, so it's easy to outsource things. Um,
Yes,
you know, uh, for any kind of businesses, especially the
exactly.
service.
Yes,
So now,
exactly.
what about those people, George, who wants to, like, let's say, who want to also come and live over there
Hmm.
in Cyprus? So, what are the different ways to get a residency there? Like, for example, in many countries, it is if you spend a certain amount in your business. At some countries, it is if you spend in the real estate. So, can you just give us one or two options of how people can come and stay over there?
There was a scheme a few years ago that allowed investors in Cyprus to obtain citizenship
Mhm.
after spending about 2.5 million in certain areas of Cyprus. At the moment, that scheme has been stopped, and the only way to
Mhm.
come and stay in Cyprus is either by getting a category F, it's called visa, residence permit,
Okay.
which
Mhm.
is after you spend about 30,000 on uh, sorry, after showing that you have an income from abroad of about 30,000 plus 5,000 for each additional person in your family, you can come and apply for that residence permit in Cyprus. But it takes time. It takes time. The specific application takes about a year to be approved. There is an expedient again way to gain that residence permit, but you have to show that you have bought a property over 300,000 in Cyprus, a newly established property from a developer only, not a resale. And after establishing that you have bought that property and showing that you have, if I'm not mistaken, about 30,000 again, plus 8,000 for each additional person in your family, you're allowed to apply and get an answer within 3 months.
Okay.
That's the only major residence permit. That's the only way to gain them. If you want to come and stay in Cyprus without getting a residence permit, there is like a visitor's visa, which can be extended for a year at a time. And but every year you have to renew it. It's not a permanent solution.
Okay. So approx how much does that cost? That visa?
For the visa, the visitor's visa, or for the residence permit?
1 year. The 1 year. Visa.
For the residence permit, it's about 1,500 for the normal way, the category F. But for the expedient way, it's about 2,000 plus VAT. For the visitor's visa to be extended each year, it's about 500 per year, plus expenses.
Okay.
I mean, which expenses can be the medical insurance. It comes out to about 600 to 700 per year.
Okay, no, not a bad deal. And what about the employees? If somebody is employed from outside country in Cyprus, so is it easy to get an employment visa for them?
Yes. For a company in Cyprus, they need to apply to the labor office to get a special permit to employ someone from abroad. But it's very easy to gain that visa, that permit. I apologize. It's very easy to gain that permit. And after getting that permit, you can bring whoever you want from every country in the world to Cyprus to work for you for 3 months, for 3 years. I apologize, for 3 years, the maximum time that you can stay.
The maximum
but you
time.
can extend it, yes, but you can extend it.
And you can extend and renew it.
Yes, exactly, yes.
Okay, noted. So, George, now this was the cost for the visas. So, for this setup, for setting up a company in Cyprus, which you do, what is the average cost of setting up the company? Is it very expensive? Is it normal?
It's not that. It depends. It depends on who you find to set up the company. But the usual rate for setting up a company with the fast track procedure is about 1,300 to 1,500 plus VAT.
Okay, that's very normal. I think if you will hear the cost of Dubai, then so okay, so that's a good price. I think this is normal. Like same, I think Mauritius, Seychelles, and other countries, the rate is almost the price of incorporation is almost same. So that's a very good price. So in 1,500 to $2,000 euros, I can have a mine set up in Cyprus, right? With the bank
Yes,
account.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
And these bank accounts that I'm going to get, are they zero balance accounts? Do I need to maintain something? If yes, I need to maintain, how much amount do I need to maintain in the banks?
Usually it's about 200 euros. It's not that much. It's not a lot of money that you have to put in there. It's a minimal amount.
And what if, how easy is it to wrap up the business? Because sometimes what happens is incorporation becomes easy and wrapping up becomes very difficult. Is it easy to wrap up the business?
So this depends on the business, basically. If the business was operating and had a lot of creditors or had people that they owe money to, it's going to be very difficult. If the business is just, let's say, doesn't want to work anymore, doesn't have any creditors, it's very easy to close the company. The procedure is just an application at the register of companies. For the first option, though, that if the company was operational, has a lot of creditors, you need to hire a special liquidator of the company, which should come and liquidate the company, the assets and whatnot, so they can close the company.
Okay. So at the moment, George, what are if I will ask you, like, tell me any three industries of businesses that is your target or your ask. So what kind of businesses at the moment you want to target, or you like to serve, for this company setup?
The specific company setups that I'm looking at now is companies that professions that I'm looking for is professions providing with technology. The first one, technology,
The technology,
every kind of technology,
software,
like
IT.
software, hardware, and whatnot. The first one. The second one is property. Property is very big in Cyprus, either agents or developers or whatnot, or construction. Because in Cyprus, very big sector of the business is in property, buying and selling property in Cyprus and building houses. We have a lot of luxury houses in Cyprus that are quite expensive, to tell you the truth, but it's worth it. It's worth it to be living in Cyprus. And the third kind of business that I'm looking for at the moment is service providers like accountants or medical professions like doctors, dentists, and whatnot.
Oh, very nice. For example, if somebody is opening a dental clinic in Cyprus, so when you talk about this dental industries, are you talking about just the traders who are trading into those products, or are you talking about professionals who can come and practice over there?
Both, even for traders or for people that will practice dentistry in Cyprus. For example,
Okay.
that's one example, yes, of the doctors that are in high demand. But because recently in Cyprus we had a general health plan, like NHS in the UK, national health system, basically. A lot of doctors are in the need in Cyprus. We have a lot of doctors that are getting paid very well in Cyprus, very, very well. And it's all covered by the government and paid by the tax people. Taxpayers. But it's a very lucrative operation in Cyprus to be a doctor at the moment.
Okay, wow. I'll inform this to all the doctors. Especially, I know some of my clients who are looking for new destinations, because even in Dubai, we specialize in medical clinics and dental clinics and medical equipment trading. So we have a lot of
Mhm.
clients, and I always see that they look forward to new destinations or expand. So I think this is a good message. Then I can give it to them. So you are
Yes.
saying that it's okay even if doctors from other countries are coming, but how is the compliance system of going and practicing over there? Are there any external exams that they have to give? Are there any compliance they have to
The,
follow?
their qualifications will be reviewed by the medical council in Cyprus.
Mhm.
And if they are approved, they can practice in Cyprus as long as they have a residence or some permit to be working in Cyprus, for example.
Yeah. So then it's fine. Okay,
Yes, of course, yes.
that's fair. That's fair. So George, now, like you told me, the three industries, and I am so happy that even we cater to so such industries. Now, what are the if you have to just summarize our conversation to top five reasons why a business should come to Cyprus, if you have to give a shout out to the entrepreneurs, so what are those top five reasons that you would like to mention?
Okay. The first reason is Cyprus is the EU, which has the connection to all European countries through trading and anything. Basically, it's a connection to the European Union. The second reason is low taxes in regards to other countries, let's say. It's a very low country for taxes. The third reason is the beauty, just the beauty of Cyprus. Nice weather, beautiful places to visit, nice food, because we are Greek, let's say. We have the Greek cuisine, it's very nice. The fourth reason could be for businesses to start in Cyprus. There's a lot of services that can help you promote your company, help you establish the company, and help you build your company to a very big stage, let's say. And the fifth reason is the fifth reason. The fifth reason can be the easy way to open, the easiness of opening a company in Cyprus.
Yeah, that's definitely true, because recently there are so many countries I've seen that opening a company over there is like a nightmare. So I think at the moment everybody wants to go move to companies where it is easy to incorporate companies, easy to open bank accounts, easy to go and stay or hire somebody. I think these are the top four or five, and obviously logistically it is easy for doing business with other global countries. I think these are the top four, five reasons what people look forward. I think Cyprus has all of it. And I think one of the
Yes.
biggest reasons was George is there. So, George, my last question to you: why George, and how George can help people to, come and settle their business in Cyprus?
Okay. My company is a small boutique company that deals with, as I told you beforehand, it deals with all matters in Cyprus, but we focus on corporate and focus on properties. So, why George? We are a family owned company. I'm the owner, my wife works at my company, my brother works at the company, and whatnot. I have a lot of close connections with clients, with my clients. We follow up with them. We're specifically clients from abroad like to come to Cyprus. We have dinners together. We have it's a very close community in Cyprus because we are small. We are very close with our clients. We are very close with foreigners and whatnot. So it's in our culture to be friendly and hospitable. That's why I believe this is why you can choose George and be happy with your service that will be provided to you.
So wonderful. I'm now for sure planning to come and visit Cyprus. Till now, all the countries that I visited. Uh, Till now, the warmest country that I felt where people were very hospitable, where this was Mauritius. And where I really liked how people are very, they're very close knit. Their culture is not to talk business first. First, they will take you to lunch and dinner and then they'll talk business. So I really like that. And now that you are telling about Cyprus, so I think, I need the new destination which can break the record or break the record of experience with Mauritius. So I'm looking forward to Cyprus. And I also want to give this message to my audience that do explore Cyprus. George is available. George, can you please mention your email ID and phone number? We will also put in the comments, but you can just mention that how people should contact you. Do you want to be contacted on email, on WhatsApp, through your website?
I am both. I can be contacted by WhatsApp, Viper, email, phone. I'm available by any means. I'm connected with all services. If you want, I will leave you my details so you can provide them in the video or whatnot. But I will be available and ready to help you whichever time you can contact me. There's no problem.
Thank you. Thank you so much, George, for being here and sharing so much information with us. And I'm looking forward to visit Cyprus with many of the clients who will come with me to settle there.
Thank you, Rupa, for inviting me. Thank you. Thank you, Rupa.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, audience. I'll come back next time with another topic. Feel free to write us what else you would like to hear or what else you would like to know about expanding your business globally. Signing off, Rupa Jha from BlackSwan Business Set of Services. Thank you.